So I have a few defining policies in life. So one of them is don't do anything someone else can do.
Sure.
Because there's stuff that anyone can do. And if I spend my time doing that, then who's going to do what only Ramesh can do?
Sure.
There's stuff that's unique to my talents and my education or my leaning. So I try to focus on what I'm required to do, and anything I can give someone else, I give to someone else.
Sure.
That's why they think I'm jobless.
With the role change, you still do a bunch of stuff, right? Like President of Tamil Union, involved in lots of businesses, Anglican priest, father of four, all that stuff. But you seem to, at least in the 10 years I've known you well, have so much flexibility with your time. Arguably, you're one of the busiest people I know, get the most done. But you seem to have more time than most people who have way less to do than you. How do you think about your time, and how does it actually work? How do you seem to be so unrushed? Like if I call you on the phone, you have time. You're not like you're trying to get to the next thing, right? You'll chat.
If I miss the call, I'll call back.
Yeah. So how does that happen?
So what I really do, and I think it's helped me. It may not work for everyone. So I have a few defining policies in life. So one of them is don't do anything someone else can do.
Sure.
Because there's stuff that anyone can do, and if I spend my time doing that, then who's going to do what only Ramesh can do?
Sure.
There's stuff that's unique to my talents and my education or my leaning. So I try to focus on what I'm required to do, and anything I can give someone else, I give to someone else.
Sure.
That's why they think I'm jobless. The second thing is it's also a management style. So going back to 1984, I remember distinctly reading an interview in the Newsweek magazine featuring Ronald Reagan, former US president. And in that they asked him a question, how do you manage probably the world's, at that time, the free world, the largest country in the free world? And he said very simple, 3 things. I surround myself with good people, I delegate, and I don't interfere.
Sure.
And that's why people think I don't work, because I surround myself with good people, I delegate, and I don't interfere.
That requires a lot of trust, though, doesn't it?
It does. It also requires some degree of being able to identify what someone's capable of doing and then delegate it to them if you have the confidence that they can do it. And I believe people, if empowered, they can do a lot. Most of the time, people don't allow others to work. If you empower someone, you find they can do it better than you can, which is why I tend to have free time.
If you think about the way you spend your time now, I don't want to get you in trouble with your family, but let's take Jana Shakti. In your mind, how much, if you look at it as a percentage, how much of your time, and more important, how much of your passion is at Jana Shakti? If you take a week, any given week, what would you say?
Difficult question to put it into percentages, but just to understand, I grew up in India, and then I was in England. I came here. I got married 2.5 months after I arrived. And so in terms of my life, I have a family life, I have a work life. I don't have what most people would have in terms of a social life, because I don't have an OBA to go to.
Sure.
I don't have friends whom I keep mingling with. I have a lot of business acquaintances or people whom I know. Limited social circle in that sense. People would say Ramesh knows everyone, but yes, but they're not my childhood friends.
Sure.
So in terms of time, if I'm not doing work, I'm primarily with the family.
Sure.
I don't drink, and therefore I'm not at the club. Many people would after work go for a drink with friends, department, etc. Never been my style. So what do I do? In reality, I was checking recently. I sleep maybe 6-7 hours, more often than not 6 hours. What do I do with the other 18? That would be family and work.
Right.
Work would be about 12 to 14, depending on, sometimes work is while I'm with the family.
Sure.
So my father was amazing at that, because he would make us think he's taking us on holiday, and we would have the best of times. He used to do insurance work, so he'd take us to an estate, tea estate. We'd be staying in a bungalow, and nothing like staying in a planter's bungalow and enjoying food there cooked by the Appu. And he's out the whole day and we don't even notice it.
Sure.
Because he's off inspecting the factories and doing his work. And that's what has helped us to sort of manage family and work by trying to steal those bits of time for family as well as for work. So we've done everything. I've even delivered cheese to 5-star hotels. I've been in the truck and unloaded the cheese. I've worked stalls, done all of that.